Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, August 1st. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple of clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right here will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, we were looking at FIG. This was an IPO. If you're a beginner, that just means today was the first day ever of trading, which is why when you look back in this direction, there is nothing. And then while you look here, there's not even a full day worth of candles because literally it just started, but wow, taking the market by storm. Very, very impressive movement. So just on that note alone, from a trading standpoint, all the ingredients are here for what we need from a trading standpoint, right? Traders, we want volume, check, great volume, and we want movement. And yeah, this thing is definitely moving. So in terms of moving forward, not a whole lot can be said in the resistance side of things because, oftentimes as resistance, you've got to look backwards and see where other highs are at. But because, this is the IPO, we can't really do that. But we can at least map out some potential areas of support where if the price pulls back, maybe these could be areas where the buyers show up. So first key level to watch right here at this breakup point now. So this, I would consider this more of a micro pullback right around the 116.50 mark. A little bit more of a deeper pullback. Be right down here around that level of the 108.50 mark. And then even bigger pullback. And if you're saying, well, geez, Clay, that's like $8 between these two levels. Well, yeah, that's the catch-22 of when these movements just absolutely explode like this. And then finally, the other pullback point potentially, which seems goofy right now, but all the way down there at the $100 mark. But yes, as I speak, and that's why I like to do these when the market's open, look at this thing. Just continuing to beast mode to even higher highs. So I start with this and I'll end with this. Just from strictly a trading standpoint, the ingredients are here. Great movement, great volume. So if you like these sorts of situations, keep an eye on it. Next one, SNGX, and we have an interesting scenario here headed into Friday. So to build a little context, very, very impressive move up. Pretty nasty pullback, but now within the pullback, we have the price just now starting to go sideways. Now, I wish I could say trading was this easy, and just because the price has started to go sideways means I for sure guarantee the price is headed back upwards. If only it were that easy. My point here is it at least plausible? Is it at least reasonable to suggest now that maybe, just maybe, this pullback here is over and that maybe, just maybe, this thing is getting ready to maybe try to curl back up? I think that is a plausible scenario. So on that note, key area of support to watch, nothing fancy. It's just where the price finally stopped going down, where it's essentially starting to go sideways here at the 263 mark. And then in terms of areas of resistance, if this is going to find some upwards pressure, I think that first key level to push up through right there around $3.15, give or take. So yeah, no doubt about it. It's got some sideways movement, but is this sideways movement going to lead to a curl back upwards? Grab your popcorn for Friday. Next one here, VRME. Have ourselves a good solid pattern here. So let's get this pattern drawn into play. We have the top part of the pattern right there as resistance. We have the bottom part of the pattern right there as support. So again, change that to green. And then just to make sure the pattern easier to see, let's keep it all one color. So we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the big upwards move right there. And then if you golfers out there trying to make it a little bit more visual, put the golf hole down here, we have ourselves a bull pennant pattern. Now, just because it's a bullish pattern doesn't mean for sure guaranteed the price is going to go upwards. But is it valid? Is it plausible to think that the price might do something like this, and then if it comes up there and breaks through, that break right there would create upside buying pressure? That is a valid scenario. Again, guaranteed to happen? Absolutely not. But a valid question to throw out there as a possibility? Absolutely. So again, if you like bull pennants, you like stocks down around this $2 range, keep an eye on it. Next one here, ATCH. Same general idea of what I just talked about. So I'm going to go through this a little quicker as we once again have another bull pennant pattern. Now, I don't know if this one's as clean as what we just looked at, but the same general idea on the psychology is the same. The psychology being the fact that the price did indeed make a big move up, and now it's just doing some consolidating. So the question becomes, will this consolidation ultimately lead to a break to the upside? So like I said, not nearly as clean as what we just looked at, but got the explosion. Now it's kind of chopping around with some consolidation. It is good to see that the price is respecting and staying above the moving averages, the pink line being the 200 period moving average, and the purple line being the 50 period simple moving average. So that's good also. But yes, we have ourselves another bull pennant. I'd say the biggest difference here, not only being as clean, but this happens to be in the world of penny stocks. So if you like bull pennants, but you prefer to stay with penny stocks, then here you go. Next one here, NVDA. Tricky chart to talk about from a presentation standpoint because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. Meaning if you're a day trader, flipper, scalper, and you bought right there, maybe you bought right there, and your plan was to buy and sell within 10 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, the chart looks really, really bad because yes, today, no doubt about it, big pullback. But if you do care about the big picture point of view, everything is still perfectly fine. I realize that can sound kind of crazy, but as we look at, again, today was bad. But think about that word, today, as in one day. Now what we're doing is looking at multiple days, and by looking at multiple days, you can see, I'll draw it very crudely, that there is still a general overall uptrend of things, or if you just want to use the moving averages, you can see it fine too. Purple line has a nice upward slope to it. Pink line there, again, the 200 period simple moving average has a nice upward slope to it. So overall, the chart is fine. Again, I'm well aware. If you are a day trader and you bought right there, I sound crazy saying that the chart looks fine. But again, I'm making those comments from a bigger picture standpoint. So moving forward, continue to watch these areas of support. Still have this support zone down here that I talked about before. But even with the bigger pullback today, still didn't even come really that close to testing that area. And then ultimately, you still have the 200 period simple moving average. If the price does try to come back upwards, then the key area of resistance remains right now in the near term, right there at the 179.65 mark. So again, assuming you care about the broad scope of things, the overall trend is still in the bull's favor. Real quick, want to take a break and bring your attention to something that may be a very, very pleasant solution to your situation. That being, I want to be a day trader, but because of that pattern day trader rule, I can't. But if you do want to have unlimited day trades every single day, in other words, day trade as much as you want for a very small amount of money, for $102, get you 50K in buying power, then check out the link that you see at the top of the screen. It's also down in the description area. I know all this may sound too good to be true, which I understand, which is why I say, hey, come check out my live stream. I've been live streaming Monday through Friday every day starting at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Then I go for a few hours, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about here in action. So I am putting where my money where my mouth is. This is what I'm doing. And if you do this, you will be gaining access to a market where there's not only zero pattern day trader rule, but it's open 23 hours a day, 6 days a week. And quite frankly, the movement is nothing like you've ever seen. It is fantastic movement. So if you do want to learn more, make sure you check out that link or at least swing by the live stream and see what it's all about. Next one here, NIO, and I'm going to go through this quickly because you already heard me talk about this pattern, but yes, we have another bull pennant pattern. So there's our area of resistance. Here is our area of support, and then just let's make it all the same color. So we have resistance, we have support, we have nice upwards move there. We have the golf hole down here. So here we are looking at another bull pennant pattern. So if you like bull pennants, you definitely have a variety here headed into Friday. Next one, APLD, and yeah, it's just one of those days where we're having a lot of the pattern, all of a sudden, same pattern show up. So like I said, I do want to respect your time as best as possible. So let's try to keep this as quickly as possible. So there's our resistance, there's our support. And then just because I cannot help myself, let's keep it all one color just to make sure everybody sees it. And then we have the nice upwards move right here. And so this is a very clean looking bull pennant pattern. I'd say the biggest difference here is this one happens to be up over $10. The other ones were either penny stocks or right around, below $5 mark. But here we have one where if you prefer to maybe get up over $10, but you like bull pennants, then APLD fits that bill. Next one, IXHL, not a good day at all from a technical standpoint, especially not just because it was a red day, but technically not a good day. And if you watch yesterday's video, you should probably know exactly why, because I talked about, hey, let's give it a chance. I'm still going to give the bulls a little bit of an advantage because at least the price is above that pink line, which you now know from the other charts is that 200 period simple moving average. But then today the price dropped below it, and just a classic example here of this former area of support now acting as resistance. So the price is now broken down below that very important level, and not only did it break down below it, it is separated even further down below it. So yeah, not looking very good at all from a technical standpoint. Now to be fair, the price has at least leveled out. If it continues to try to curl back upwards, that's where the next big question mark point comes about now, is will this former area of support continue to act as resistance? Current value of that right there at 72 cents. In terms of levels of support, nothing fancy or complicated here, just asking yourself the question, where did the party finally stop today for the bears? And the party finally stopped for the bears right down there around 0.547. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, anyway, look at it. Not a good day at all. Next one here, SOFI. And what I'm curious about this one is we're going to factor in multiple days here. And there really does seem to be an overall trend line here that I could see, coming into play. I don't know if it'll come into play on Friday, but sometime in the future, that level coming into play, and I think playing a role, and we'll see how the price does behave. So just from an overarching standpoint, keep an eye on that resistance line right there. I think that's going to be the key battleground. As far as supports are concerned, no need to overcomplicate this. Price right now is approaching that purple line, which you know is the 50-period simple moving average. Preferably speaking, in terms of, hey, Clay, what make this chart look the strongest? Definitely if the price can stay above that purple line. If the price does not, still not the end of the world, because not that far below, you have the pink line there, the bigger brother, the 200-period simple moving average. Now, if the price comes down there and breaks down below that, sort of like IXHL we were just talking about, whenever prices break and go down below that 200-period moving average, not exactly a good sign at all. Again, I'm not saying that's what's going to occur, but yeah, that would definitely be a much more important area of support moving forward into Friday. But all in all, keep an eye on these couple areas as support. And then, yes, that overarching key trend line right there, that's kind of the big daddy in terms of resistance areas. Next one here, TSLA, not a good day. Again, not necessarily because it was red, but from a technical standpoint, and this will mean more to those of you that watch past videos, but yes, been talking about that area right there as a support at 311.65, and you can see that it actually was doing a great job of holding strong earlier in the day, did a great job of holding late morning, early afternoon, and then the price finally did break, and you can see that's what opened up the momentum to the downside. So on that note, that's just based on that rule and charting. When levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance, so got to change that to resistance. So yes, you still do have this overarching area of resistance, but right now, in fact, that's probably so irrelevant. Let's just get rid of that now, because in the near term, that first key area of resistance will now be 311.65, and then even after that, you'll want to watch the moving averages if there is some sort of bigger bounce. So keep an eye on all those dynamics from the resistance side of things. In terms of areas of support, the next level that I would definitely, I don't want to say do or die, but it's very, very, very important, is if somehow the price comes down to that level at the 385 mark and then pushes down below there. Because as you're seeing here, if the price were to drop down below that level, that's putting the price down at lows that have not been seen for quite a while. Again, I'm not saying the price is gonna break through it. I'm not even saying the price is going to go down there and test it. I'm just saying that would be the current kind of overarching area of support. But yeah, anyway, look at it. Not a good day for Tesla, but we'll see how it closes out the week on Friday. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you are sick and tired of the pattern day trader rule and you want to enter into a market that quite frankly trades way better and more smoothly than micro caps or penny stocks or anything else, then definitely check out the link that's at the top of the screen or down in the description area. And it's the exact same thing that I've been doing. I absolutely love it. And at the end of the day, I know this can all sound a little too good to be true. What's the catch? So yeah, come to the live stream. Subscribe, turn on notifications so you are made aware of when I am going live and you can see me do it. So this is not me talking in theory, me not putting my money where my mouth is. No, this is the exact same thing that I've been doing, and it's been awesome. So make sure you check out the live stream if you are skeptical, or if not, just hey, come hang out anyways, say hello, and come watch me trade live. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. But hit that like button. Have a good one.